What's going on, Jerome's? Happy Friday evening out there. Hopefully you're relaxing. Hopefully you're. It's been a hell of a week, and it's been a hell of a month this week. Yeah, feels like it. But we are gonna have a couple of cocktails. We're gonna fire up a couple of 7 round Vikings mock drafts. Maybe we'll do a couple on FanSpeak, a couple on the Draft Network. We'll just have a good old time because I mean it's Friday. That's what we're here to do. Shit, that's right. So I decided to have ourselves a nice little. Hand sanitizer, neat as always. Yeah, we don't need no rocks up in here. Nah, just kidding. We got a little bit of Cavassier, a little bit of cognac, bitch. That's right. I like cognac. Can't go wrong there. All right, so it's got earthy notes. It's smooth. Wine snobs are up there with beer snobs. Certainly up there with booze snobs. I mean, for me, I'm just like, is it good? Okay, like I would be so bad at like critiquing wines, because it's like critiquing beers. Like, this beer is good, or this beer is bad. Where it's not like, this imperial stout has notes of persimmon. It's very playful. It's like, okay, whatever. But hey, Prost, Schlancha, Skoll. What's the whatever? Cheers. It's just so good. It really is. All right. So let's fire up a couple of these. So now I know we got roasted a little bit in our trade up mock draft, which maybe rightfully so. But we're just doing. I mean, at this point, I mean, it's still a month until the draft, man. Like 4 weeks from now, hopefully, the Vikings will just be wrapping up day 2, so rounds 2 and 3, and we'll be like, huh. So this time, 4 weeks from now, we'll know probably 5 new Minnesota Vikings. 5 picks in the top 105, which is really exciting for me because those 5 picks conceivably should be early on starters, if not just big time contributors. So let's get this thing going. There you go. I'm past the Cavassier. Shit. Good stuff. Hey, live chat. Gamer 15, what's going on? Let us know what you're doing. If you're imbibing, again, no pressure, no peer pressure here. I mean, you can have a LaCroix. I mean, LaCroix is basically the official beverage of Minnesotans, so it's whatever. But let us know what you're taking a part in. It's the Vikings and their stupid 12 picks. All right, so here we go. So recap what's happened so far. Zach Bond went. Wow. All right. So Joe Burrow won. Chase Young. Isaiah Simmons to Detroit. I wouldn't be mad at that pick. Derek Brown goes to Giants. Tua, Herbert. Cool. So interesting. Top 6 is all the offense, all the big time offensive linemen got out of the top 6, which of all the simulations we've done, usually at least 1 or 2 go. So that's interesting. Colin Russell, what's going on? Joshy, what is up? Thomas Danielson, cheers. Max Kelberg, what is the percentage you think Trent is a Viking? 30%. And then run on offensive lineman. Thomas goes to the Panthers. Great spot for Teddy actually getting some protection. Thomas, was it Greg Little? Did he go to Carolina last year? Yeah. Jedrick Wills goes to Arizona. Kyler getting a little bit of help there. CeeDee Lamb. So Jacksonville's in a full-on rebuild, but DJ Chark as well as CeeDee Lamb. It's a nice little combo. Mekhi Becton goes to Cleveland. He's going to replace Joe Thomas. North Star Nate, what's up? Wobbles. Hey. Emmanuel, look at all Scolders. Yep. Love you guys for coming along. If you're just joining us, we're gonna fire up a couple of mock drafts and have a couple in a few. Have a little bit of Cavassier. Papa was a rolling stone. He liked brown liquor and slow, fast women. Do I know? He likes fast women and slow ponies. Yeah, that's just a bad combination. All right, so Kuda went to the. Wow, Kuda fell out of the top 10. It's really surprising to me. Ruggs goes to the Raiders. It's like Al Davis is back. Like the ghost of Al Davis came back. He's like, pick the fast guy. There you go. Jerry Jeudy goes to the Niners. That is gross. Jerry Jeudy, as well as Debo. Those are great weapons for Kirk Cousins next year. Tristan Wirfs. So they need to protect Tom Brady's old ass. He goes to the Bucks. Josh Jones goes to the Broncos. So right now, the big 5 offensive tackles are just gone. So that will certainly affect how the Vikings will approach this. Kinlaw falls all the way to 19. Now, if we've been paying attention and Kinlaw fell that far, that would have been in. Or like C.J. Henderson fell that far. So I'm kind of verklempt. So interesting. So some of the mocks that have the Vikings going edge early, it's usually been Espinenza or it's been Gross Matos. But the fact that Clavon Chason is there, I mean, that sort of changes things, doesn't it? Because I love Afadio Denebo, but also, I mean, if you have the opportunity to draft an extreme talent like Chason, who pretty clearly, I don't believe in Zach Bond. I really don't. Well, again, I shouldn't say that, but Gross Matos going early, Bond going early before Chason. Nah, son. So the Vikings at this point, cornerback. I mean, Gladney's still there. Trevon Diggs is on board, but obviously, that's not going to happen. Wide receiver wise, the top three did take a haircut. But in terms of offensive tackle, so you do have Austin Jackson, who I like. I'm not over the moon for. Isaiah Wilson, Georgia's right tackle, is still up there too. Prince Winogo, who we profiled earlier today, he's up there. Ben Barsh is there. Ezra Cleveland, I'm higher on Ezra. I'm a lot higher on Ezra Cleveland. This is the first drink. Then we use Fanspeak Steve's big board here. So certainly we're gonna circle around and get Ezra Cleveland. Just taking a look at lay at the land. All right, so Robert Hunt is there, Louisiana, Raging Cajun, Damian Lewis, Logan Sturberg. Shout out to Chase Hildreth, Max Kellerberg, Ruben Garcia, some guy named John, as well as Emmanuel. So I think just at this point, because there was such a monkey wrench thrown in that all five of the big five offensive tackles are gone, and Chasen somehow just drops. I mean, if you have a draft where Kinlaw and Henderson and Chasen all make it past the top 18, baby. But I mean, you could say, that's never going to happen. It certainly could. I mean, things get weird on draft night. They certainly do. All right, so I'm going to take Chasen at 22. I think it wasn't necessarily in our plans to go edge right away. But I mean, that's just way too much value. So now, interesting spot. So the Bills want to give up the rest of their picks, essentially. Packers, I'm not trading with the Packers. Screw you guys. All right, but so the Bills were like, hey, we know we gave you basically all of our draft picks. Here's the rest of them. Let's see who's on the board. All right, so Patrick Queen is there chilling. Now, is this just going to be a draft all the LSU jabronis? Probably not. But also the Vikings are set to move to a 3-4. Patrick Queen, can play some edge, can play inside linebacker too. Ooh, I like that. All right, so look at the board. So the Vikings, if we made this trade, they would have 2 2s, 3 3s, 3 4s, 3 5. They would have an insane number of picks, right? So they would go from, said they lose 1, they have 11, and then they add 4, so they'd be up at 15 picks. Because why not? So with tackle, Jackson is up there, but I do have him sort of in the same stride. I will put Ezra Cleveland up there with Austin Jackson. Winogo is a big project. I think same thing with Ben Barsh. Interior offensive lineman. I do like Hunt. Simpson's fine. Damian Lewis is interesting. Same thing with Sternberg. I think Joe Jackson's a perfect scheme fit. Nathani Moody, of course, is that high ceiling but extremely low floor. Lotto ticket. John Runyon projected as a guard. Okay, Shane Lemieux as well. Thork Morton is really interesting too. But I would actually, if you want to have a go at tackle, I wouldn't necessarily be mad at that. Interior, Cushenberry, Biadish, Hennessy, Ruiz. Pretty straightforward there. So, offensive line, I'm not fist pump snap call, have to have this guy there. Cornerback, I mean, Gladney's still hanging out, chilling. Christian Fulton, he's got Christian Fulton that low. I mean, I don't agree with it, but I mean, if the Vikings can grab Fulton or at least package some picks, get back up into the top end of the second round, I would be down with that. We, of course, love Bryce Hall. We like Terrell. Dancer's okay. Benegege is interesting. Jalen Johnson we really like, but man, he's way down there. Wide receiver, I mean, Mims Higgins we really like. Also, we really like Rieger. We like Claypool. We like Pittman. Hamler is interesting too. He's like a speed guy. Same thing, Ayuk. So I'm going to take the Bills deal, but also I'm going to have a big eye to be moving around. And I want to really get back up towards the top of the second round. I'm going to use all that draft pick ammo to do so. All right, second round. All right, so I'm not packaging the 2-2s, you dummies. Get out of here. All right, so I'm gonna let the board bleed off a little bit. I mean, there's no one like I'm have to have this. I mean, there's just a bunch of stratas of various players. So we can start the round and sort of let 10 picks or so bleed off, and then we'll see where we are. Wow, Chase Claypool went that early. All right, so Denzel Mims goes. That's unfortunate, but whatever. Claypool goes early. Rieger goes early. So starting to be a run on wide receivers. Let's check things out. So like Hamler, like Pittman a lot, like Ayuk. So here, then it goes down. So DPJ, AGG, all the letters. Tyler Johnson is down there, which is super interesting. So the Vikings down 22. There's not an imminent threat of some of these offensive linemen going, so I can chill there. Also, with the cornerbacks, I'm more like, I do like Hall. I think he will get to the second round pick, as well as I like Jalen Johnson. So, see what we can do here. Who's up next? All right, so the Bears. Screw the Bears. I'll let that one go. Resume and then pause. So they go AJ Terrell. No big deal. Proposed trade. Colts were up next, right? There you go. If you just joined the chat, hey, cheers, you guys. Let us know. John asks, Andy, do you prefer a 4-3 or 3-4? I'm pretty indifferent, especially since a lot of the time your base defense, it's really not that important because since it is becoming a much more passing league, a much more spread league. I mean, you got tight ends line up at the X, in the slot, at the Z, everything like that. So it is really important to have really good sub package personnel. But honestly, right now, if the Vikings were going to switch from that 4-3 to a 3-4, now would be the time to do it because you basically cleared the decks of a lot of veterans who were entrenched in that 4-3. I think a lot of players currently on the roster do have some crossover appeal to the 3-4. So like Anthony DeBar as a rush 3-4 outside linebacker. Same thing with Danielle Hunter. I have no issue with Danielle Hunter dropping in coverage. I think he would really surprise a lot of people. Like, his agility numbers are frankly a lot better than Bard's in a lot of respects. So just think about Anthony DeBar in coverage, but good. Also, so Michael Pierce is really at home, 3-4 nose tackle. I think Afadio Denabo would be great as a 3-4 defensive tackle, as a 5 tech. All right, so that's it. All right, that's a good question. Indianapolis. All right, so what do we want? We want that. We also want a top end third. So we will package you. We will give you 2/4. So the one from Buffalo. So essentially, we're going to move up 10 spots. Also a little bit of change here. Actually, no. Turn that to 26. Turn that to 41. We'll give you 2 extra 4th rounders. Trade declined. All right. How about... All right, we'll throw an extra 3rd to move up in those spots. Trade declined. All right, we'll throw in that extra 4th, you filthy animal. Why are you so difficult? All right, so we'll raise that up a little bit, put that down, and also put that down because screw you. All right, so trade accepted. All right, so Vikings on the clock. So that 25 overall got condensed down into moving on up in the top end of the 3rd and the 2nd round, as well as a little bit of extra sugar there. So really no harm, no foul. And also, all right, so we're sitting here trying to find ourselves. Like we said, I do like Hamler just as a pure speed guy. Pittman's, of course, got the size. All right, so pretty sure the Jalen Johnson will fall to the back end of the 2nd, so we're okay there. Man. Tough decisions. All right, so Oh, yeah, resume the clock. So we're going to go. Nah, Kirky needs a tall receiver. So we go Pittman on the outside there. A couple more names go. Hamler goes to Denver. There goes Antoine Winfield. He goes to the Bears. That's not good. There goes Ayuk. Robert Hunt goes right before us. So essentially, we have the same board that we're looking at 22 as we do now at 12 as we do now at 26. So no big deal there. Yep, sorry, I keep looking at my main screen as opposed to looking at this one. So John Simpson out of Clemson, he just keeps falling. I mean, at a certain point, you just can't pass up that value. So Beadish is there chilling. All right, so got the wide receiver. I think Jalen Johnson will fall to 11 overall in the third round. So who's imminent? Like Grant Delpit is still there chilling? God, what is going on with this world? I don't know, man. I would love to take Prince, but he wouldn't start day one, and also he wouldn't kick into guard. That's my issue there. And I want to come away with this draft with at least one immediate starting offensive lineman. So this is tough. Let us know in the comments section what your thoughts are right now, because this is a little bit of a pickle. But I do think that John Simpson just falling this far. I mean, I think that's way too much value. So we are going to go Simpson. Man, I can't believe Delpit fell that far. All right, so now let's lay out our strategy here. All right, so 2/3 to move back 6 picks. Okay. All right, so now Vikings at 17 were the names that we're really into. So I do want to grab a tackle project. So Prince Winogo for sure. Niang is still there, who I like. Charlie Heck has certainly grown on me. He gave up 0 sacks last year. Okay, so there. Beadish. It'd be nice, although you did grab into your offensive lineman. John Simpson, I think, comes in, probably starts day one. I think Jalen Johnson, does he get to 17? I guess we're going to find out, aren't we? All right, just run it. So the Vikings basically turned that 25 overall pick to an extra second, a couple extra thirds, and also improved position in the second, third round, which I'm not mad at all. All right, so right now, and also you get Chasen just falling. I mean, what is that? I mean, what kind of world do we live in? All right. Man. All right, so Edwards-Helaire. If the Vikings were going to draft a running back, it would be a guy like Edwards-Helaire. I feel like, yeah, he ran a 4.6. I feel like he plays a lot faster than that. But just in terms of a early, just like a great receiving back, does need to work on pass pro a little bit. But you saw what he can do in a pro-style offense with LSU last year. Like, if the Vikings were going to go running back, I mean, it would be him. But this is a weird draft. Just so many odd names that you did not expect to be on the board when you were up. But all right, I imagine Spielman. This is how he drafts too, with a cognac and a cigar. So I love Jalen Johnson. For me, he's like cornerback 5 in this class. I just love the physicality he plays with. Yes, he does get burned. Yes, he is a little bit of a gambler. But I'm perfectly okay with that. Willie Gay Jr.'s there chilling. Nick Coe for show. I like Highsmith, Anthony Jennings, Darrell Taylor from Rocky Top. Let's go. Roquan Davis, James Lynch. Man. All right. So Vikings at 17. I want to come away with a starting caliber corner. So we are going to grab Jalen Johnson, then let the board just fall out where it may. Mini run on cornerbacks. There goes Hennessy. There goes Sternberg. Ooh, Duvernay goes. Lamar Jackson goes. Oh, okay. So we're in business. Essentially, all right, so picks 25 and 27. Basically back to back here in the third round. So Edwards-Helaire, it's super tempting, isn't it? It really is. So there, Roquan Davis will be a great asset on the D line. Still want a tackle project. I mean, Charlie Heck, you could do a lot worse. Cesar Ruiz is still there chilling. So even though the Vikings went with John Simpson early on, I think getting Ruiz, the fact that he could play center and guard, would be just great value. But man. Like I understand that running back is not an immediate need for the Vikings, especially with what happens with Dalvin. But that's just so friggin' tempting. But digress. I will digress. All right. So immediate needs. So there's one pick between 25 and 27, or hashtag math. I would be more upset if we didn't get Davis than if we didn't get Ruiz. So I'm going to go Davis at 25. All right, so no more trades. So now, so I'll make sure. Are we good taking Ruiz here? Because I am going to circle back later and get a tackle prospect. Or, I mean, I may just package some of these 5th and 6th rounders to come back up. Actually, I'm going to do that. So Ruiz is there. Now we're going to pause the draft. Who is up? Yeah, because I do want Helaire. I really do. And I'm going to do it. I don't care. I don't care what they say. Ravens always open for business. They love just taking our draft picks. All right, so Ravens want 3rd pick, 28. We will give you 5, 6, 6, 6. Mark of the beast. Trade decline. What? How can you say no to that, playa? Shoot. All right, so we'll upgrade the 5th rounder. Trade decline. Okay, so 4, 6, 6, 7. All right, 4, 6, 6, 6. All right, trade accepted. All right. So we're doing it. No, we're not trading this. We just got this pick. We just gave up this monster for. I think we're back to 12 picks. All right, yeah. If you're just joining us, we're having a couple of cocktails, firing up some mock drafts, talking some ish. Live chat. Shout out to a longtime OGs we see in there. Dave Brighton, Sal Mule, Sir Meeps a lot, H2O Water. What's going on? Archie guys, thanks for coming along. Yeah, Friday nights in quarantine. Can't really go out. And I just realized, what are you going to do? Oh, could watch Ozark season 3. Oh, we could turn that on. I mean, obviously we can't show it because we'll get kicked out of YouTube, but we could just do that. I'm just kidding. Like, TV's private time. All right, so Vikings end up with 4 third-round picks. And we'll review the booty here in a sec. But overall, I feel like drinking drafts, we're doing good. So, amazingly, Clavon Chason just falls. Just there, and I'm team BPA, especially when just randomness happens, right? Michael in 2nd round, we traded 25 overall, traded back for a bunch of mid-round picks. So Michael Pittman, 6'4", like 230 if he's an ounce, big outside receiver. Kirky needs a tall receiver. John Simpson somehow falls this far in the draft. Really solid interior offensive lineman. I'm fully in. Let's see here. Row the boat. Yeah, I just want to triple check John Simpson's metrics. John. Let's bring up his mock draftable page. There we go. All right, so solid in the jumps, and with interior offensive linemen, I really do like seeing good verts, good broad jump, because that does show short area explosions, really important, as well as bench press. Yeah, obviously, that's going to be great, especially for interior offensive linemen. So overall, checks the box. 6'4", 321. I mean, arms are fine. Is that 33rd percentile for height? I actually don't like my guards to be that tall, just because interior, especially low man wins. Yeah. That's just me. Yeah. All right. So got John Simpson, Jalen Johnson, who I love, somehow fell to the third round. He is fully in. So right away, I mean, the Vikings essentially get 4 starters right there. Where I love Afadio Denebo, but Clavon Chase and him going to rotate in opposite Daniil. Pittman Jr. is going to start. Same thing with John Simpson. I think he just fills in at left guard right away or right guard. Hell, don't really care. Simpson and Samia, 2020. Let's go. Jalen Johnson, cornerback 1, opposite Mike Hughes, also working Holton Hill, or potentially Mike Hughes working from the slot. Roquan Davis, really solid value, adds a little bit of girth to the defensive line. Cesar Ruiz, who, yeah, of course, I wanted to tackle, so we just grabbed 2 interior offensive linemen. But the fact that Ruiz can play guard, can play center, I think brings a lot of depth to the offensive line as well. Plus, I mean, bringing guys like Ruiz, I mean, Brett Jones is great, don't get me wrong. Dakota Dozier, I'm fine with. But, I mean, they're easy contracts to get out of. Like, they have virtually nothing guaranteed. So some of these young kids like Simpson and Ruiz just come in and step up like the world on fire. Same with Oli Udo and Drew Samia. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. And also, I can't help myself. So just an amazing receiving back as well as pretty damn good toting the ball. Perfect in his own scheme. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, just, I mean, I can't help it. Can't help it. All right, start the round. And Jalen Hurts is still there just chilling. Like, he's just begging. Where do we pick? Oh, we don't have a 4th round pick. All right, Jalen Hurts goes to Jacksonville. He'll probably start eventually. Nathaniel Moody dropped. I mean, medicals, man, medicals. Geno Stone is there. Zach Moss is still there. Maybe we didn't need to go running back 3rd round. But remember, Alexander Masson was a running back taken towards the end of the 3rd round too. Matt. Still want a tackle project. Do have my eyes on Charlie Heck from Carolina. Tar Heels, what's going on? All right. Other positions, like basically, just like moving and bopping around, took care of pretty much all the positions that need. Still want to double that back on wide receiver. The fact that Tyler Johnson is there, will he make it to 9? Oh, baby, made it. All right, so Tyler Johnson, come on in. You are here, babe. Welcome home. Emmanuel, $5 in the super chat. I hate that we extended Kirk. Just needed to vent. Thanks, Andy. Always great content. Skull. Hey, thank you, man, for coming along. I wasn't a fan. I mean, I wasn't necessarily on board with the Cousins extension, but also, I mean, the team apparently is fully committed to Kirk Cousins. I mean, that 2-year extension is basically a 1-year extension. We'll see what happens in 2022. But yeah, White Wolf is a monthly Jerome. Knows the check mark. Hit that join box down below. Find out how you can become a monthly or platinum Jerome. Shout out from Duluth. Shout out up there. Grandmas. Yeah. Although I heard that Grandmas a couple years ago got new owners and sort of fell off. But yeah. All right. So got Tyler Johnson, top of the 5th. I mean, baby, let's go. Baby, you got Stu going. All right. Let's look at the big board. Tanner Muse, Maiden. Okay. Still want my tackle. May have to take him now since you don't pick again till the 7th round. It's not really a cornerback that I'm just like gotta have. All right, we check the D-line box. We check the edge box. Vinny Jr., I think he could fall to 7th. All right, so just gonna, quote unquote reach. Take our tackle project, Charlie Heck. I like. So the fact that you're adding 3 really solid offensive linemen from big schools. John Simpson, I think, comes in, starts week 1. I think Cesar Ruiz will be a high-end backup. And then also you just throw Charlie Heck into the tackle mix. I mean, it's interesting. So, I mean, Oli Udo, Charlie Heck for the future. It's not bad. Not bad at all. If you just joined us, thanks for coming in the live chat. Thanks for hanging out Friday evening. We're having a couple of cocktails. We're running a couple of 7-round Vikings mock drafts. I think this one's going pretty swimmingly. We're able to trade down from 25. We got a major gift from Clavon Chase on. Yeah, LSU duo on the edge. Even though he's going to be a first-round pick, like Chason he's a better prospect than Daniil Hunter, but you can see why everything worked out with Daniil. All right, into the 7th round. Vikings got 4 7th-rounders. And also, don't scoff at 7th-round picks, man. Like, Stephen Weatherly was 7th-round pick. Olabisi Johnson, Fadio Denebo, 7th-round picks. I mean, these guys can for sure turn something. Now, of course, the batting average on them is going to be a lot lower than first round picks, but also, I mean, they're not a signed, sealed, delivered deal either. Plus, getting like these late seventh rounders, here's the key: getting them under contract. And yes, you do pay a smidge more, especially in guaranteed money, as opposed to $30,000 for UDFA's. But you don't have to compete for UDFA priority UDFA's. You just don't. So you just grab the rights, seventh round pick, and if they don't make the team, they don't make the team. It's no dead cap it at all. All right, so top of the seventh. Oh, oh, oh. Hello. All right, so Jake Reed's kid, just sitting there chilling, at a position of need. Come on in. Why not? So we didn't draft Thaddeus Moss. We didn't draft Antoine Winfield Jr., but we're getting Jake Reed's kid. Like, is Matthew Hatchett's kid? Like, is he in this draft? Why not? All right. I do want to take a quarterback. I don't like any of these quarterbacks. I'm going to triple back because, of course, I love my guy Levante Bellamy. Perfect in the zone scheme. I think that he is going to have a very decent NFL career. Do you take a third shot at a wide receiver? I mean, at a certain point, why not? Yeah, team needs left quarterback. Yeah, that ain't happened. Ooh, the Davis brothers are there. Sure, man. All right, so Khalil Davis. Yeah, I mean, it's already picked over, essentially. Oh, Khalil Brooks, Middle Tennessee State. I'm in there. And then also, Levante Bellamy, come on in. Let's go. Cheers. That was a good one. All right, we'll do another one on the Draft Network. All right, so, I mean, I'm pretty pumped about this one. Let's recap our trades. Probably a roast on trades too, but I don't care. All right, so traded. All right, so with the Bills, we sent their draft pick. Essentially, we sent their draft pick back to them, except they were 22, Vikings 25, etc. So they want it back in. So we basically got the rest of their picks, which is kind of funny. So that happened. Trade back. So the picks. 22, Clavon Chason just fell. I really changed up the strategy of what we're going to do. Plus, the top 5 tackles were off the board. So Jones, Wills, Wirfs, Thomas, and Becton, they were just all gone. So it's just like, okay. And also, the top cornerbacks were gone. We weren't paying attention because Kinlaw fell and CJ Henderson fell. As you can see, yeah, they got to 19 and 20 respectively. So I don't envision... again, I don't envision a spot where Gross Matos and Zach Bong go before Chason, but I mean the draft is weird, man. Like no one expected Chris Lindstrom to be a first round pick, let alone in the teens. So I mean, don't tell me you know exactly what's going to be happening there. So went Chason. Also, top 3 wide receivers are gone. I was just sort of meh on them. Eventually traded out from 25. Ended up with a buttload of these middle round picks, which I feel like this draft is very top heavy, but also there's a lot of meat to be had on day 2. So round 2, round 3. So you got Pittman Jr. Coming in, big time wide receiver on the outside for Kirk Cousins. John Simpson somehow fell to the back end of the second round in a not so great interior offensive line class. The fact that you can get Simpson at this point, it's pretty amazing. And then also Jalen Johnson is a guy I really like. Cornerback 1, belt buckle to belt buckle. He is a guy, bit of a ball hawk, bit of a gambler, but I like that. I dig that about him. So he comes in, probably going to be starting cornerback day 1. Roquan Davis, just adding a lot of beef up front, can play D-tackle, can play a 3-4 defensive end, whatever the Vikings want to do up front, he's going to be in. Then also Cesar Ruiz, just in terms of value, Ruiz can play center, can play guard, just another rock-solid Big Ten offensive lineman. Then also, I couldn't help myself. Like, I didn't want to draft running back early, but Edwards-Helaire was just falling and there and just chilling and whatever, and man, couldn't help myself. So the Vikings trade out of the 4th. Eventually top of the 5th, they got Tyler Johnson. TJ just barely made it. Come on in. So you're pairing up Pittman, Tyler Johnson with Adam Thielen, with BC Johnson, as well as Tajay Sharp. It's not bad. And then also we wanted to tackle projects, so we got Charlie Heck out of North Carolina. I like Heck. I think he's a little bit underrated. Allowed 0. goose egg D'Angelo Russell sacks last year at UNC. So 3 offensive linemen, heck, is going to be a developmental tackle. Throw him in the same boat as Oli Udo. Ruiz, I think, comes in, is going to replace Brett Jones, frankly, and he's going to be your swing interior backup, as well as John Simpson comes in. I think he's your starter guard day one. And I got a little weird. So J.R. Reed, Jake Reed's kid, I didn't expect him to fall this far. I don't expect him to fall this far either, but I mean, we're going to take it. Khalil Davis, workout wonder from Nebraska, grabbed him, as well as Khalil Brooks, so edge rusher from Middle Tennessee State. Belichick is really doing his homework on it. Like Belichick during the combine, he was at Middle Tennessee State. Like what? Check out Brooks. So obviously going to be in there, as well as always got to get my guy, Levante Bellamy. Pride of Western Michigan, row the boat. Yeah. All right, so we'll do one more. Shoot. All right, so this is the Draft Network's their mock draft machine. I'm going to start that up. I like it because it's fast. Sometimes you just want to go fast. But sometimes you gotta make some love and gonna give her some smooches too. Sometimes you got to tease. Sometimes you got to say please. Sometimes you want to share her. All right, just trying to line up. I'm gonna screw you gently. That's how to get kicked out of YouTube. All right, so Vikings up at 22. Let's just recap what's going on so far. So Burrow, Chase Young, Akuda, blah blah blah. Oh, C.J. Henderson. Wow, over Herbert, huh? All right, so Derek Brown, it's great value for the Panthers. Tristan Wirfs goes to Arizona, pretty straightforward. Kinlaw, Jacksonville, Becton, left tackle of the future there. Then the mini run on wide receivers, so Lambs, Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy falls all the way to 19. Delpit, interesting. Delpit goes 20 to Jacksonville. Kenneth Murray goes to the Eagles. All right, and see Chason goes 16 to the blah, blah, blah. All right, so let's see who's on board here. So positions in need, positions indeed. All right, so Josh Jones there chilling. Ezra Cleveland, I'm really high on. I really like. Prince, Austin Jackson, Niang, Isaiah Wilson, right tackle. Matt Peart from UConn. Ben Barsh, of course. See here. Interior offensive lineman. Oh, Caesar's up there. Cushenberry. Jonah, I really like. I think he'd be a perfect scheme fit. Same thing with Matt Hennessy. Matt Hennessy's a little bit of like a diet Garrett Bradbury, where a little bit undersized. Gets by a lot more on technique, but is really good reaching game to the second level. Nathani Moody also there. Sternberger and Biadish, of course. See interior offensive line. Gallimore, Blacklock. Roquan. Lawrence, okay. Edge. And yeah, this is probably a situation that's going to come up. Espinenza, Gross Matos on the board. Same thing with Zach Bond. On the draft, on the Fanspeak one, Matos and Bond went before Chason. I don't really see that happening, but of course things can get weird. Cornerback wise, Gladney, the Auburn kid. I need to learn how to pronounce Noah's last name. I need to get on that. Diggs, Terrell, Jalen Johnson, Cameron Dantzler, of course. But also they're really low on Bryce Hall, which I'm perfectly fine with. But also they're really high on Jalen Johnson, so that's a little bit annoying too. So because that means I can't like sneak him in late in the second round. So just looking at the board right now. I'm okay. Like I'm okay with Jefferson. I'm a little bit cooler on Jefferson just because he's strictly a slot guy. I really like Mims. I like Higgins. I like Rieger. Of course, you guys know my love for Laviska Shenault, DPJ, Hamler, etc. But for me right now, so I do include Josh Jones as one of the big 5 tackles. And the fact that 4 of them are gone, I mean, just got to go. Just got to go with it. So there goes Espinenza. There goes Jefferson. Again, that's perfect. All right, so they're going to Justin Jefferson to Emmanuel Sanders as well as Michael Thomas. Okay. Don't believe you, sure. But Josh Jones and, man. All right, so by the time Vikings come around, it's probably going to be chopped down to here. I really love Shenault. I really like Rieger. Given my choice between Mims and Rieger, I feel like Rieger is a little bit better of a football player. Mims, of course, is much better at checking the boxes of an athlete. Cornerback, I'm not breaking down the door for Gladney. I'd be fine getting Johnson or Bryce Hall or even Arnett in the second round, so I'm going to let that go. But I'm going to take a receiver. I don't know. Mims, Higgins, Rieger, Chenault. If I could flip a four-sided coin, yeah. Yeah. I like the upside. I All my life I've been looking for a replacement for Percy Harvin. We thought it was going to be Cordero, not so much, but I think Chenault could do it, babe. I really do. So I'm in. So right now you got your left tackle of the future. You got your do-it-all, gadgety type player / running back / slot / receiver / whatever. Now back on the board. All right, I think we're in business. All right, so fortunately missed out on Jalen Johnson. What can you do? Bryce Hall is there. I do like Arnett. I think he certainly got overshadowed by Okuda at the Ohio State University. But big board. Edwards-Helaire is there, chilling, of course. Prince Winogo is there. Do I just double down on tackles right away? That'd be kind of silly, right? But definitely want to target some interior offensive linemen now. All right, so Hunt is there. Nathaniel Moody. I like Hunt in that he's as wide as he is tall. Like he fully does fit the man-sized strength of like a Larry Allen come on out of Sonoma State. So Robert Hunt is there, certainly. If you wait on cornerback till the third round, I mean, it's probably going to get picked over pretty badly. I mean, Dantzler, he could certainly play. I don't think he can overcome his speed shortcomings in the NFL. I think he'll just get picked apart by technique. So, yeah, I'm going to go with my guy, Bryce Hall. And again, I'm a little bit stuck on Bryce Hall. I think that the injury that he had in 2019 is certainly going to be held against him. Also, the fact that he isn't going to be able to work out, I don't believe. But, I mean, 2018, if he wasn't the top cornerback in football, he was top 3 pretty easily. So I think he can bounce back to that level pretty quickly. So let's go on receivers. Oh, Claypool is there. Just go double dip right now. All right. Interior offensive lineman, Biadish. Kinley. Okay. Sternberg, go Damian Lewis there. Okay. Interior defensive lineman. Stowbridge, Lawrence. All right. Edge. This ain't a great edge class. It just really isn't. Big board. All right. So Duggar, small school kid from Rant. I believe that's in North Carolina, I'll say. Matt Part is there. All right, so there's no one really at the top of the draft that I'm just completely Jones about. Or, F it. I mean, drafts are supposed to be fun. We're taking Claypool. So you take the absolute physical beast with an absolute physical beast at wide receiver. I mean, let's just have some fun. I mean, Claypool going to be your outside starting wide receiver, and Chenault is going to be all over the place, just doing crazy things. I'm in. F it. I'm all in. All right, so edge. We do want to come back for one. We'll do that later. Interior offensive line. All right, so Lewis. All right, so we missed out on Biadish. No problem. We're going to go Lemieux. All right, so I got Shane Lemieux is going to come in, compete at guard right away. He's going to be in that mix. Maybe he starts, maybe he doesn't. But you're completely sutured up at wide receiver. You got a pretty damn good starting cornerback in Bryce Hall, and Josh Jones is going to be your left tackle of the future. I'm okay with this draft so far. All right. Anthony McFarland is up there. Okay. TJ. Just get all 3 receivers and just say F it to everyone. Ooh, Alton Robinson. All right, so addressing edge in the 4th round, getting Alton Robinson coming out of the Cuse. Let's go. Carrier down, baby. Also, shout out to you guys. Been in the chat for a long time. All right, so here. Skull Productions, Max Hill, Nasaraji, Sir Meeps a lot, Anonymous. Is that really the name? No. But man, guys, thanks for coming along Friday evening. It's always a lot of fun. All right, so big board. See, J.R. Reed is there. Geno Stone is there. Given my choice, I do prefer Stone. And the Vikings don't really have any glaring needs at this point. I mean, we should double back at cornerback. I do like Lavert Hill. I do like Taylor, Florida State. Probably get him later. Can you? Yeah, it's not really a lot at home. Interior defensive line, just real quick. Oh, James Lynch? Man, they have Lynch rated low. All right, so I'm going to grab safety. Geno Stone, come on down. All right, so guys I'm going to be targeting. I want James Lynch for sure. I just like him. Plus, I feel like he could... There you go. Oh, no. Or they have him listed as edge? Well, it's unfortunate. So he just went like right away. What can you do? All right. Let's see here. So got interior D line. Well, we don't have interior D line. Have edge. All right. See here. All right. This is the draft where you don't address interior offensive line. Let's look at the big board. Tanner Muse, okay, is there. The Rhode Island kid. Do you want to double back a cornerback at some point? Oh, wait, no. I ended up with this problem last time where I just blindly took the Tulsa edge, who I do not know. And I said I was going to look him up, but I didn't because I'm lazy. I don't want AJ Green. All right. Yeah, I'm just going to reach. Whatever. Shoot. Let's see. Edge. And, yeah, grab one of the Davis brothers. This is a time just to get whatever. I do like Huntley. Out of Utah. It's going down. As we're into the 7th round. There goes J.J. Taylor. All right, we're going to take Killins. And lastly, who's it going to be? Yo? So I haven't grabbed a linebacker yet, so let's take a look. TJ Brunson. Why not? All right, so recapping this one. Josh Jones, there's a run on tackles early. Josh Jones, last of the big 5 tackles, getting him at 22. Left tackle of the future, pretty easy. So the Vikings, we had a choice of wide receivers. Could have Mims, could have T. Higgins, could have had, who else is there? Jefferson was off the board. Hamler was there. Chenault. Decided to go Chenault. I'm intrigued by his sort of do-it-all gadgety playmaking ability. Also, he's built like a running back too, so I think the Vikings could get really creative with him if they want to. Bryce Hall, 2nd round. Hopefully, he bounces back to 2018 form. I think would be a really solid starting cornerback day 1. Let's see, Chase Claypool. Chase Claypool is a physical freak. Bam. All right, so doubling back on wide receiver right away. Shane Lemieux from Oregon. Ironically, let's call him the Great One. Do you get it? It's kind of funny. All right, so Shane Lemieux comes in from Oregon, competes for interior offensive line play right away. Alton Robinson, edge from Cuse, coming in, adding a little bit of depth. Geno Stone, safety out of Iowa. I think getting Geno Stone at this point of the draft, same thing with Lavert Hill. I think it's pretty good value. Also, Carlos Davis, reached a little bit for him, but also we were sort of desperate. Tyler Huntley, quarterback out of Utah. I really like him. Yeah, he doesn't check all the boxes physically, but I think intangibly, as well as accuracy-wise, I think he is a really intriguing prospect. I like his upside. Then also Adrian Killins, running back out of UCF, as well as TJ Brunson, linebacker out of South Carolina. And that's it. Guys, thanks. We almost went 50 minutes. Thanks a lot for coming along. Late night happy hour. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the drafts, enjoyed yourself, and enjoy the quarantine because we're going to be out for a while. But again, thank you again from the bottom of my heart, guys, that you've come along and absorbed a lot of this content we put out this week. Really cranking out during free agency as we ramp up to the draft because sometimes it's good to not talk about life sometimes, and it's just good to get away sometimes. Yeah. But until next time, Skull, production value.